Well, we're not changing the binnacle, we're leaving the binnacle, we're just changing these posts out. And they will actually bend at a very slight angle right around here, and it'll bend back just at a small angle so we don't have to bend down every time we try to read the electronics. Going to attempt to bend some aluminum tubing, homemade. Look at all that chafe on that wire. Cut the heck out of it. Again, that's what happens when you don't do things right the first time. Of course, we're using the pneumatic rivet gun. I am pretty darn happy with how this turned out.
We're Jeff and Jules, and this is our boat, Kaya. This isn't just a channel, it's our life's mission. Imagine sailing across the sea, where each wave whispers a story of resilience and hope. That's what we aim to share here at Sailing Kaya. Both Jeff and I have faced our battles with cancer when Jeff was diagnosed with stage 4 in 2020. It was during these turbulent times that the sea called to us, a beacon of peace and healing. Now, our goal is to extend this sanctuary to others. We organize sailing trips for cancer patients and survivors, providing them a unique retreat where the sea's boundless nature helps heal and rejuvenate spirits. Our sailboat, Kaya, is more than just a vessel. It's a floating home that witnesses extraordinary transformations. People come aboard with their burdens and leave with lighter hearts, strengthened by the community we foster. Here, every story matters. Your battles, your triumphs. And through our videos, we'll be sharing these incredible journeys, not just of sailing across oceans, but of conquering the deep seas within ourselves. Here, you're not just a viewer, but a part of a global community of warriors, survivors, and supporters. Together, we're not just riding waves, we're making them. Stay tuned, subscribe, and join us as we set sail on a journey of hope and healing. Let's make waves together. Welcome aboard Sailing Kaya.
Alright, well today we're tackling the hardest part, one of the hardest projects we've had on the plan, and that is changing out this monstrosity Frankenstein-like Helm station. I'll show you what they've done here previously. It was this way when we got it, and we've been wanting to change it out for a while now. So the plan is to take this whole top piece and get it angled back a little bit so it's a little more readable when we're at the Helm station, and as well as lower it down. It's just way too high. The previous owner had for some reason cut these posts off, I think trying to lower it down, and then just used a lot of black tape to hold it in place. And then up here, in order to put the pod on, they added this addition to it, and I guess they couldn't figure out how to do it, so they just bolted it in place and used some connectors and just did an add-on that is just unstable with the taped ends, and everything's just a Frankenstein of stuff to make it work. And it worked, but we're actually changing that completely. Changing these posts out to single posts with new base plates. Going to attempt to bend some aluminum tubing, homemade jig, and got the torch, and this is the tube. I sealed off the ends, and I actually filled it with kitty litter. You can use sand or oil spill stuff or whatever, but salt rock, but I used kitty litter, a real fine grain kitty litter. So hopefully this will work. We will find out, because this is actually my first time trying this with a homemade jig. Don't try this at home, kids. It actually worked really, really well. I'm super surprised and impressed. I didn't get a kink or anything. It worked beautifully. They've also ran wires through the poles in weird ways and then cut into the compass to run the wires down through the binnacle. Obviously, that's not the right way to do it, and we are going to fix all that and run the wires up through the new tubes, and then I'll seal this shut somehow. I've got a couple tricks up my sleeve to put some more plastic in here and just seal this back shut properly. Look at all that chafe on that wire. Cut the heck out of it. Again, that's what happens when you don't do things right the first time. They just taped these without doing anything correct. I'm just gonna cut the tape on both sides so I can make it easier to pull it off. There we go. Now hopefully there we go. Some butyl tape to seal up the screws and some butyl tape to seal up underneath those bases and around those access holes that we have for wiring. All right, Jaden, I think we're ready to tighten this one down. Let's go clockwise. That'll make it easier. So we'll start at this back corner here, and then go there, here, and here. And this one will do the same thing. We'll start at the very back corner and then go this way.
Okay.
Hopefully this will do it. Let me check. The base plate for this is caught right there on the edge. So this wouldn't line up. Looks freaking great down there. And great up here. Oh yeah, great squeeze out. Super strong. Yeah. So now, take a look, kind of see exactly what she's gonna do. Down about right here. So now when you're standing at the helm, at the right angle so you can actually see it. Before you had to do this all the time and duck down because it was like straight. And so you couldn't see it. So now it'll be like that. This will actually be cut off. And this will be a bar right across here.
That would be cool.
But it's going to be a lot shorter, a lot smaller, done properly. Thank you. Yeah. Sweet. Yep, screw that in. All the dangling wires everywhere. And now have it set up properly. Hopefully you can see me okay. There we go. This little tube cutter's still one of the best things we ever bought. Such quick work of this. It was frayed up really bad and chafed from the way it was previously, just ran into into the stainless steel tube. So, but it chafed it really bad right into the wire itself. So I made sure we had enough room this time. We're gonna actually cut this excess part off from where the wires are chafed and broken and redo this correctly. Wiring's hooked up. Now it's the ultimate test. See if everything works. And it looks like it is going to work. Oh, thank gosh. Well, that was a really big fish that jumped next to the boat. Oh, a couple times. All right, well, the new Helm, everything works. All right, so what we ended up having to do here, in order to put this back on here, our cup holder, I don't want to, so they had previously ran long bolts all the way through here, and that's just not good. Catches stuff, cut people, hurt people. Not the right way to do it. So I'm actually riveting it, but in order to get the rivet gun in there, I had to actually take these screws off. I have to lift this top off. So I'm going to lift the top of this off, and then I'll be putting it back in and gluing it in also once I put it back. Besides that, it all needs to be cleaned up anyway. There's some breaks, issues with it. It's not in the best shape, but it works. So, some nice big rivets. I've already drilled the holes, marked everything. Of course, we're using the pneumatic rivet gun, thanks to a good friend of ours. Now, that's better. I might as well clean it while I'm at it. And then I can go ahead and reinstall the top, and we'll be in business. And we're done. Got it back together. Now we got our cup holder. Put a flip up table right here. That's one reason I got it where it's at. So we'll definitely do that. We'll do that on another another episode, but for now, our helm is officially finished. Electrical's hooked up, cup holder's back in place, everything's tightened down, secured, waterproofed, wiring's done, heat shrink connectors, everything's done properly, so we're good to go. Yeah, the view is just much better now. Before, the old helm used to come way up here, and it blocked everything. You had to stand way up to see anything, and it just blocked too many things. So now this is actually sitting, and now sitting, I got a weird angle here, but now sitting, you can actually see properly and just not have to worry about looking up and over things. And the angle of this is proper. Before, this was tilted way up, and so when you were standing up, because you had to stand in order to see over, every time you wanted to look at your instruments, you had to bend down in order to see them. So all in all, much better improvement and a proper helm. Well, I must say I am pretty darn happy with how this turned out. This is a game changer. A much better angle, can actually see, doesn't take up the view anymore. More of a proper helm station than it was before, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Much better than that crap it was before.